Okay, let's talk about the FAFO candle. So, FAFO candle is going to come to you with very specific instructions and directions, and that is on purpose. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to be scared of this candle. I'm not going to ever give you something that is scary or bad or dangerous for you. And it really smells nice. It's not a nice candle, but it is a helpful candle. It is a tool. It is helping you. Something I have learned about really traumatized people is that we have a hard time thinking that anyone or anything is on our side and wants to help us, like loves us enough to care about the things we care about. FAFO candle cares about you. It wants to help you. It is your little bulldog going to go out there and get you the justice, the retribution that you never got before. And so I don't want you to be afraid of it. I don't want you to like lock it up somewhere and be scared to touch it or scared to look at it. Like, look, I'm snuggling the FAFO candle right now and it is okay. All right. It is on your side. It is on your team. The FAFO candle needs a target. Here's the most important thing. I don't want you to just light this candle for the vibes, okay? You can light any of the other candles that I have just for the vibes. In fact, some of them are really intended to be lit just for the vibes. FAFO is not one of them because you don't want those vibes just kind of permeating the atmosphere. We all have times that we fucked around and not all of us are trying to find out, right? So you don't just light it for no reason. You put it in a salt ring because look, the salt ring is for two things. One, again, you don't want fuck around, find out, just permeating your atmosphere. But two, the salt ring helps keep it focused. Because when you're making that salt ring, you want to tell it like this salt ring prevents any of the energy from this candle from escaping the boundaries of the salt ring. Can't go anywhere else. Has to stay here. Because when it stays with itself, it just goes to where it's been told to go. Because FAFO needs a target. And so all spells should have a target. All spells should be given instructions like where am I going and what am I doing, right? FAFO needs a target or it's just going to permeate the atmosphere. When you are choosing a target for FAFO, you want to think about like who is the person, place, situation, organization, circumstance, whatever, that I am wanting to send retribution to. Because that's what fuck around and find out is. Do this, get that. Okay? When this happens, that happens. FAFO is really like a return of energy, honestly. It's in a lot of ways, my FAFO candles are return to sender candles. And what they're doing is they're calculating, my FAFO candles are calculating what is the energy of the harm that has been done. Like strip away the tangible, actual activities. What is that? And then what it does is it says, oh, oops, you dropped this. And it gives that exact level of impact, of negativity, of harm, of abuse, of violence, of whatever. It gives that energy back to the person. Because what they've done is they've leaked themselves all over your life. And that's not your energy, but they gave it to you in a way that has harmed you or caused you trauma or impact or whatever. And it's not yours. So you're really truly going to be like, oh, oops, you dropped this. And the candle's going to decide what and how, right? It gives that back to them. So you have to tell it where to go. You have to tell it who to give it to. If you're doing an organization, name the organization. This organization, these people, this thing. If you're doing a specific person, name that person, right? And then you're going to give a date as best as you can. You're going to give a location as best as you can. Now, if you are doing this on behalf of yourself or someone else, and there was a tangible experience that did happen, an assault took place, whatever, I don't want you to name the victim of the situation. Because remember, FAFO is delivering its energy to the person, okay, to the target. So even if the thing happened to Mary Jane whatever's name does not need to be on the FAFO candle. This has been breaking people's brains a little bit. Now, in the very wordy paperwork that I gave you, it does give you options for how to write that so that you don't have to say the person's name. What you want to do is describe the event, describe the situation without naming it. And I did give you examples on that. If you have questions on how to do that, make a post or ask in the group. Now, I gave you on this a loose example of a petition for the FAFO candle. It's a little wordy. You don't really need to say all that. You honestly could just be done with the first sentence on this, where it says, name, date of birth, location, receives into their life the full energetic force of the harm they have done to others and put out into the world. That's enough. That's it. I mean, I went on and lawyered my way through the rest of that petition with closing loopholes and stuff like that. But quite frankly, that sentence alone is good. Now that's just a, template, stamp of one. Now for the ones where it gets specific, okay, and you're trying to not include the person's name, date of birth, location, receives the energetic impact that they deserve for all abuse, violence, emotional manipulation, and harm they put out between the years of 2000 and 2024. See how I didn't name it, but that could encompass an entire marriage or an entire raising of a whole person, or, whatever. It's all the bad, wrong things you did in this town at this time period, those are yours. They go back to you. So that's how you want to approach FAFO. You also want to cleanse and clear the space after you're done. Okay, sweep your salt circle into a piece of aluminum foil, roll it up, throw it in the trash or dump it down the toilet, whatever you want to do. And then you want to clear the space. You want to cleanse and clear the space, ring some bells, play some frequencies, smoke cleanse, spray salt water. You can even just leave a new pile of salt there, whatever you want to do. And I want you to keep all your baneful, justice-aligned tools together in their own location. Just because, not because it's bad, but because it is a very distinctive energy footprint. So it needs to go live with itself and other things that have a similar energetic footprint, right? So keep all those things together. You might feel super mad when you're done with FAFO. If you're FAFOing someone, you might just get so angry and be moody and hostile and whatever. That's okay. That's normal. That's the energy moving. That's the energy activating and moving, especially if you're doing it on behalf of your own self or behalf of something that you really care about. It woke up and it's now invigorated in your spirit, and you want to let it go and you want to release it. So just observe how you're feeling and be okay, FAFO's working, and just be you know what, send that, get rid of it. It's not mine, because it's taking the equal amount of impact and it's distributing it. So you just might be aware of that energy moving within yourself. So just to review, you are not the target. Do not put your name on the candle, okay? Even if the thing happened to you, your name doesn't go on it. You're targeting the person, known or otherwise, who has done the thing. You're targeting the organization. You're targeting the movement. You're targeting the situation, known or otherwise, who has done the thing. And you can give it parameters of times and locations if you have them, but otherwise, don't. You can also print someone's photo and stick that right on top of it. That's a very effective way to use a FAFO candle. Get clever, get creative, whatever you need to know. Ask questions, go post about it.